It's a great blessing for me to be able to share with you now the program that has evolved and developed over the past 40 years. The most important ingredient in education is that of the parent or the teacher. It's our responsibility as parents to raise our children in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. Nurture in terms of loving, grace, kindness, just that environment surrounding the child with love and patience. And also admonition of training that child to have the skills necessary to be a success in this world. And what the program is designed to do is to empower you, the parent, to help build that child's self-esteem, to help build their self-confidence, to help build the keys of success that will enable them to be able to be a powerful instrument in the hands of the Lord. Now, as it relates to self-esteem, a very fundamental element is the reflection of a significant other, the view that you hold in your mind toward your child, toward your student, helps to, particularly with a young child, helps to define who they are. The view that you hold in your mind as a parent toward your child helps to define who they are. Now, this is a child that Christ died for, so by definition, it gives them infinite worth. And you don't know, and nobody does, if that child could not become another Mother Teresa, another Martin Luther King, another Pope John the 23rd, another Billy Graham, another JFK or Abraham Lincoln. You don't know that that child, they have the capability of doing something significant as a minister of the Lord, as part of the body of Christ. And our job is to prepare them, to give them the skills necessary to help them achieve that. Now, to do this, we've taken many of the foundational programs of self-esteem that we did back in the 70s and integrated those within our own program. And the way that we did it, first of all, starting with the creation of positive affective experiences, the creation of the elements that build self-esteem. And so what we wanted to do is every time that child put forth energy into working to learn, we wanted to be able to recognize and validate that. To validate the effort that they put forth and create a positive experience. Create an experience that takes place in time and space, and for that moment in time enables that child to feel good, to feel successful. Now, what we've tried to do in the Kirkwood program is to empower the parent or the teacher to be able to create those positive experiences, those positive self-building, self-esteem experiences. Now, what we want to do is every time that child puts forth energy into working to learn, we want to recognize and validate that. We want to create that experience. For us to be able to do that, to recognize every time a child put forth energy, we had to have a way of quantifying energy. So to do that, we developed a standardized work unit, which is standardized on both duration of time and conceptual level of difficulty. Now, the good thing, if the child did the last work unit, there isn't anything to keep him from doing the next other than the application of his own energy. And that's a commodity he has a measure of control over. We want to recognize effort. And that's more important than validating mastery level. You want to validate the effort that a child puts forth because he will gain mastery. The critical thing that we have to do is to build his self-confidence, to build his self-esteem. Now, as a child gets older, the valuation, the way that he grows in self-esteem is going to be different. He's going to internalize. He's going to take a project on for himself and complete it, and there's going to be an intrinsic sense of self-validation, of knowing that he did his very best, that he accomplished what he called himself to do, rather than simply external validation. Now, embedded in the Kirkwood program, there's 75 self-esteem exercises analogous to what was in the Happy Time program. And then after those self-esteem exercises, and it's critical that the parent create, those experiences are created, so then we bring them back into consciousness, we hold them there, we have the child re-experience it, and we cement it in the child's self-structure. Now after they complete the self-esteem exercises embedded in the pre-foundational and foundational skills, we have a discipleship Bible lesson series that's designed to help that child grow in character. First of all, in the relationship with the Lord. Second, in the relationship with other people, loving people as much as they can, and having a strong work ethic. Now, self-esteem over time evolves from where it's recognized from the outside, from external sources giving validation, where the child becomes his own validator. He takes on a project and completes it. He has his own intrinsic sense of satisfaction. His self-confidence builds as he's able to do more and more things, as he's able to develop more and more skills that he sets for himself because he knows that they're important and relevant and valuable. Through the program, and we started from preschool and worked all the way up in enabling students to become highly successful, develop a high level of self-esteem, and a very positive view of themselves and their abilities.